Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you know? Oh God, 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 have somebody to love. You. Mafia 3, the 1960s open world shooter that a lot of critics are calling the biggest disappointment of the year. I guess they didn't play No Man's Sky then. I want to make something clear before I start this review. I know this may not be a popular opinion, but I actually like this game. I can see why people are saying it's a disappointment, but I can't help it. I had fun with this game. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about what I think is the best part about Mafia 3, its story. You play as Lincoln Clay, a guy who comes back from Vietnam and gets re-involved with his crime family, the Black Mob, that now works for this guy, Sal Marcano. Lincoln and some other guys do a heist for Sal that goes very well, until Sal betrays the Black Mob and kills all of Lincoln's friends. So Lincoln sets out to not only kill Sal Marcano, but take down his entire operation by killing everyone who works for him. So what we have here, children, is a story of revenge. I think no matter who you are or where you come from, everyone can relate to a good revenge story. You know when some dude steps on the back of your heel like an asshole and you just think to yourself, man, I really wish I could ruin that guy's entire life. That's what this game is like. Except not really though. I was actually really surprised by just how good the story was. All the characters are cool and feel very human, the writing is good, the premise is good, Lincoln Clay is a fucking badass and a really cool protagonist. All in all, the story gets a big fat thumbs up from me. But I wouldn't be much of a reviewer if I didn't at least mention the game's problems. And, yeah, it's got a few. For starters, the lighting effects are fucked. I really don't know how to describe this properly, but so often when I was playing the game, 1 second it would be light, and then it's dark. 1 second it would be dark, and then it's light. And this wasn't like an occasional glitch, this happened quite often. There were also quite a lot of texture problems, especially when Lincoln loaded into a new place. You load in, you look like a fucking demon for a second, and then everything's fine. Nothing to see here, folks, move along. The AI is also kinda messed up. Most of the time you shoot the bad guys and the bad guys die and everything's peachy keen, but sometimes you get guys like this guy, who just doesn't care. I'm shooting him in the back, and he doesn't give a shit. Oh, and it's dark now. Okay. So yeah, there are quite a lot of technical issues. Bugs, lighting problems, texture problems, dying problems. Is that how people die? The game's pretty buggy, and what's even funnier is that I played this on the PS4, and apparently it's way worse on the PC, with even more bugs, crashes, the girl from The Ring coming out of the computer screen. Hopefully these problems will be fixed in the future, but to be honest, I'm not sure that they will be. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic, but I don't know, man. Game publishers these days, I wouldn't be surprised. So with all of these technical problems, you may be wondering why I still like this game. Well, here are what I think are some of the better parts about Mafia 3. If you want to know about the gameplay, you shoot, you drive, and you stealth. It's fine. It can feel repetitive at times, but it's mostly functional. It's fine. Moving on. The soundtrack, Avid Vault, is fucking sweet. I'll admit I'm probably biased because I'm a big fan of 60s music, but it has to be said, Mafia 3 takes full advantage of the time period when it comes to the music. Like I said, the characters are really cool, especially your three mob bosses, one of whom is Vito Scaletta, the protagonist of Mafia 2. It was pretty cool seeing Vito again, especially because it now means that he's been in every Mafia game, once as a protagonist and twice as a not protagonist. As you progress through the game, you take over more and more districts and get to decide which of the three mob bosses are going to run them. And each mob boss will give you different favors, like weapons or upgrades if you let them run certain districts. I really like this mechanic because it makes it so it's impossible to please everyone, and if you piss off one boss too much, they'll straight up leave. I gave most of the districts to Vito because he's just so damn handsome. And this guy, Burke, got super jealous and threatened to leave if I didn't give him one of the districts. Fucking crybaby. I don't really have anything else to say about this part of the game, I just thought it was cool. All in all, I thought Mafia 3 was pretty good. It definitely had a lot of problems, but I thought it had a real charm to it that I liked. The good story, interesting characters, and badass music were enough to keep me going and want to play till the end. I won't pretend the technical issues didn't bother me, but they were really just a minor annoyance. I very rarely ran into any proper game-breaking bugs. Except when it crashed right when I was in the middle of an important mission. That was a pain in the arse. Some people said the gameplay got repetitive quickly, but I didn't think it was that bad. Honestly, I mostly just like Mafia 3 because of its story. I personally believe that a good story in a game can carry the entire experience and allow me to overlook the game's imperfections. Is the story good enough to sell the game on its own? I think it is, but please remember, all of this is just my opinion. It's all just my 100% factually correct opinion. Mafia 3 isn't perfect, but it is most definitely not the biggest disappointment of the year. Unless graphical glitches in video games give you seizures, in which case, yeah, maybe give this one a miss.